Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Sandia the Mystic and this is a space where we connect with ourselves, capital S. Today we have a tarot pick-a-card reading all about your connection, relationship, situationship, somewhere in between unship, new, old, whatever it might be. We're going to get into it, okay? So there are 4 groups to choose from today, but before we get into the group selection, I'm going to ask that if you're new here or even returning but not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It is a new channel, so my early subscribers, you are my foundation that I'm building this channel on. You mean the world to me. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, so let's get into the group selection. We have 4 groups to choose from, as I said, and the signifiers today are actually cuttings of succulents from my own yard, so that's kind of cool. All right, here are the groups. We have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay, so when it comes to selecting a pile, you can pause the video here and sort of meditate with the different groups and then pick the one that jumps right out to you, pick the one that, you feel drawn to the most. You can also pick a couple of groups. You can also listen to a little bit of each and sort of decide which one really feels like you. You can listen to all of them and sort of synthesize the information as it's relevant. There's really no wrong way to do this, but once you pick a group, I will meet you at your reading, so see you there. Hello, group 1, pile 1. You selected this little succulent that I got from my yard, so nice going. Let's get into your reading. So we're going to start with just these 2 cards just to give us some insight into what we're dealing with in regards to your situation, your relationship, your connection, okay? So we've got adventure and give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, so you might be going through a time in your relationship, in your connection, in your situation where things feel, the waters feel muddy. You might be going through a time where you feel a little bit insecure about the future of your connection, or not even necessarily the future, just like the state of the union as it stands right now, okay? You may have gone through some times of some struggle, some difficult moments, some things you had to face as a couple, whether it had to do with your relationship or whether it was just external factors. You might still be deeply in that situation right now where there's just a lot of external factors or internal that are sort of clouding the connection, that's sort of clouding, the pure nature of what you share with this person, right? So you're definitely in a time right now where you're being called to put some work into the relationship. And this could be through seeking adventure with your partner, with your, whoever this connection is, right? Now that could mean doing more intentional activities together. This could be, taking a class together. This could be actually traveling together, taking a trip. This could be going more to like local things that are available to you, museums, cooking classes, pottery classes just came to my mind, painting classes. This could be going out to see some shows, concerts, big or small, right? And if you're trying to like save money, doing an online course together, you can find a YouTube cooking class or a YouTube course together. You could pick up a novel and start reading it together, but it also could literally mean taking a trip together, unplugging a little bit, getting some distance from whatever's going on in the external or even in the internal. A change of air can sometimes bring about like a fresh breath, right? A fresh breath, a fresh perspective on what's going on in your relationship. Okay. So this is definitely your message. If you've been sort of wondering, what do I do? I'm feeling a little bit lost. I'm feeling a little bit uncertain about myself and this person, and things are feeling a little bit, just difficult, this is definitely a message then that like you are meant to give this a little bit more of a chance, right? Definitely don't want to throw in the towel, especially if you haven't tried to really be more intentional with the way that you connect with your partner, right? So you are being called right now to like actually have a more depth to the connection. Sometimes when we're with someone for a long time, it's so easy to just get into that routine, that Netflix and chill routine, that coming home from work, how was your day? It was fine. Gonna cook some dinner, gonna have some wine, gonna put the show on, and like that's it. And that's listen, that's life. Okay, that is real life. That is the day-to-day, the nitty-gritty, the mundane, right? But that doesn't mean that can't be all of it, right? There has to be something greater, something deeper that is shared, because that is the essence of what will carry you through these difficult times. What will carry you through these rough moments, these moments where everything is a little bit chaotic, everything is a little uncertain, things at work might be tough, things with your family might be tough, and that could be seeping into the relationship. So be more intentional, be more thoughtful, be more considerate when it comes to how you are working on the relationship, how you are showing up on the relationship, on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So that is the first thing. So if this doesn't sound like your relationship, definitely go ahead and pick another pile. But if this sounds like you, keep rocking with me, because we're going to go a bit deeper. Okay. Let's get into your tarot. All right, group one, let's get into some tarot for you. Okay. Oh, there we go. We've got the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, let's get deeper into the tarot for group. Oh. Okay. Let's take these. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor in reverse. Okay. So yeah, right now, something about the connection is feeling stagnant. Something about the connection is feeling very stagnant. And it could be because of this lack of adventure. But this is also giving me that the two of you are feeling very disempowered right now. And that disempowerment is feeding the feeling of stagnation, right? So when someone is not doing great at work, when someone is having a struggle with their other relationships, a friendship, a familial relationship, when someone is struggling with their health, again, it circles back to the external factors. And that's really what I'm picking up on, group one, is that there are some external factors specifically that are kind of messing with the connection right now. And when you are dealing with all of these external factors, it can make a person feel very disempowered. It can make a person really feel like they're not their best selves right now and not living their best life. And the thing is, when you don't feel like your best self, you can't show up as your best self, right? And when you are in a relationship with someone, it's very possible that one feeds the other, right? That one person kind of being disempowered can feed the other person sort of getting to that, like getting down on themselves as well and feeling disempowered. Or it could just be that perfect storm where there's just so much going on the external that both people are just kind of meeting each other right there where they're at in a disempowered state. And then that can make you feel kind of apathetic, right? That can make you, I don't want to say dead inside, but that's just what came to me. Now you might be feeling a little bit dead inside, right? So it's because that, like, when you're coming from a place of disempowerment, you do feel apathetic. You do feel like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And that could be, that's the energy that I'm feeling that is seeping into the relationship, that's seeping into the connection. It's this energy of like, what's the point? This person's where they're at, I'm where I'm at, this is all going on in my life. And like, I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? Or I'm just not feeling like I have much to give. Right. So I'm just going to like lay low and do the bare minimum. Right. Or you might feel like your partner or your person is doing the bare minimum right now. And that's because they are disempowered. Right? That's another reason why a sense of adventure, a sense of novelty, or getting away can really help relight a fire in you or in your person. Somebody needs their fire lit. Somebody needs to relight their fire. And that could also mean getting help. That just came to mind. I feel like somebody needs to go to therapy. Somebody needs to seek a therapist. Somebody needs to like adjust their diet. Okay, somebody needs to create some more thoughtful self-care practices. Okay, because that's another thing. When you're not taking really good care of yourself, you are disempowered. If you're not working out, getting your exercise in, getting fresh air, if you're not eating well. But beyond that, self-care also means community. Self-care also means, friendships, cultivating friendships, having lots of personal, deep connections that are outside of your romantic relationship. Self-care could mean, like I said, seeking therapy, doing some self-growth stuff, doing some personal growth stuff. You know, what are some habits in my life that are bringing me down? What are some habits in my life that are only allowing me to show up at like 40%, 20%, 10%? And so that's another thing. Like you and your partner, you both need to take inventory on like, how am I not showing up for myself? In what way am I not showing up for myself? Because we want our partners to show up for us, right? We want our partners to show up for us always, but are you showing up for yourself in that same way? That is always the first thing you have to ask yourself. Sheesh. Okay. That's a message. That's a message that we all need to hear. We want so much from other people, but it's like, are you showing up for yourself in that same exact way? Start there, right? Start there and watch it like breathe life into your relationship. Watch that breathe life into your relationship. Now that could mean because it just allows you to take this energy, you know, from reverse and put it back upright, you know, be fully embodied, fully empowered. And then that could seep and that could inspire your partner to do the same, to find their own empowerment as well. Or it could just give you that much more clarity about where the pain points are in the relationship. What are the external pain points that are hurting the relationship? And then you can zero in on that, get to work on it, right? But if you're disempowered, if you're not taking care of yourself, everything is just that much cloudier. Everything is that much muddier and you don't even know where to begin. Okay. So the journey of self-empowerment is in and of itself, I'm going to move this out of the way, in and of itself, an adventure, right? It's a hard one though, but not all adventure. I mean, adventure is adventure, right? Like the nature of an adventure is that yes, there is fun, there's new experiences, there's the opening of minds, the opening of worlds, but there's also, you know, a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a resistance. Like when you think about like adventure films, right? Like they go through some stuff, right? It's not all la-di-da, like fun time in the sun time, right? Like it's a little bit of climbing that mountain. It's a little bit of like, you know, swimming that stream, you know, however you want to visualize it, but that's the energy too, right? So adventure can mean, yes, getting out there, doing more fun things, having more intentional quality time with your partner, but it could also mean, you know, starting on that adventure of self-empowerment, of growth, of reconnecting to your passions, reconnecting to your community, your friendships. You know, if you haven't been like connecting to your friends much lately, like that's a big message that's coming through. Like you need to do that. That is so important. We can't rely on our partner for everything. We can't rely on our partner for everything because that's a drain on them. That's asking too much. That's asking too much. And then especially if that person is already dealing with disempowerment in their own life, struggling at work, struggling in family, struggling with their health, whatever that disempowerment is. And then they also need to show up and be everything for you. That doesn't work. And the same is vice versa, right? If your partner is looking to you to be their everything, that is going to take such a toll on you. That's going to suck the life out of you. And it could like, you know, it could make you think that like things in the connection are not working because of that. Okay. So definitely like pay attention to that. Let's go a little bit further. Group 1, strength. Ooh, yeah. Group 1. Okay. What do we got here? Strength and the star. Wow. Major arcana. 2 major arcana. Okay. So listen, you are actually being called to do some healing. Strength in reverse. Okay. So that speaks to the disempowerment. That speaks to the disempowerment I'm talking about. That is what is seeping into your connection and putting you in this place where you feel like, you know, something needs to get worked on, right? Or even giving you the question, should I work on this? How do I approach this, right? It's the disempowerment. Somebody in the relationship is disempowered, you or the other, right? And like the star, that is all about rebirth, rejuvenation, like your guiding light. that energy. So like, this is what is going to take you from disempowerment to empowered, or your partner, or both of you. You know, that could also be another part connecting to the adventure stuff. So maybe there is some empowerment stuff that two of you could do together. That could be a beautiful way to connect and a beautiful way to bond, but it depends on the nature of what's going on. So if your connection, if your relationship is the one where that person or you are looking to the other to be everything for them, then this is definitely something that you should cultivate for yourself. Your own private personal adventure of self-empowerment. Not that you can't share that with your partner, you absolutely should. But, you know, you don't want to fall trap and fall back into that energy of like needing them for everything. You don't want your personal empowerment, your personal growth journey to revolve around them or be about them. It needs to be about you. And then the sympathetic, you know, the result of that, the way that the life that it brings to your relationship is, you know, a beautiful part of the outcome, right? But yeah, so all the struggles going on in the connection right now in the relationship is a big part of that is this, right? Is you actually being called to yourself or your partner or both of you being called to, yeah, you need to heal. You need to heal, you need to grow, you need to change a little bit. You know, and I don't mean change in the sense where like become a different person, but it's like, it's time to let go of those habits that don't serve. It's time to let go of the beliefs that don't serve. It's time to actually do that thing you said you've been wanting to do for such a long time. It's time to like be about it, whatever it is, be about it, be that person. Because your disempowerment disempowers your partner and it disempowers your relationship. And if you are someone that thrives in adventure, then not only do you need to seek more of that out for yourself, but you should let your partner know that. You know, there's this message of like, you got to communicate that honestly. Like, hey, I need more adventure. I need more adventure. I need more experiences with you. I need more learning together. I need more growing together. I need more, you know, live, laugh, loving together, right? That kind of a thing, right? Like you should feel free and safe to communicate that to your partner. And that could be all they need to hear. You know, that could be all they need to hear. But then you need to make that happen, right? Saying it and it being heard is not enough. Then you have to follow through, right? That's the empowerment part. You make the plan then. If that is what you want, make the plan. Find the class. Say, hey, I found this class. Like, it's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Like, let's go together. Or, hey, there's this show tonight or, you know, this weekend and I think it's really cool. I think it's like right up our alley. Like, let's go together. I'll get the tickets. You know, it's the follow through. It's the action as well. That's important. Because just speaking things and saying what you want and what you need, that's, you know, I'm not going to say it's useless, but it doesn't go very far, right? The follow through is what actually makes the change. Okay. Let's go a little bit further into your tarot pile number 1, group number 1. Oh, that was a couple. 3 of Cups and 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so yes, community is so important. You cannot expect your partner to be everything. You cannot expect your partner to be everything, because if you expect your partner to be everything, when they do go through times of disempowerment, when they do go through struggle, then you think everything is falling apart because they're your everything. And when they fall apart, it feels like everything's falling apart. So 3 of Cups, this is encouraging you to create community, cultivate community, make that phone call, text that friend. And then again, follow through. Make the plan. Set up that dinner party. Invite them out to that local bar for a drink or two or whatever. And your partner can be a part of this, by the way. You know, you can cultivate friendships, you know, community with your partner as well. That's great. But be the one, empower yourself. Empower yourself by being the person who does the reaching out, who makes the plan, and who follows through with the plan. Okay? 7 of Swords in reverse. Now, this to me, like, is giving this energy of like, see, 7 of Swords has a bad rap. Like, everyone thinks it's this card of deception and sneakiness, which it certainly can be, but it can also be a card of resources. Because this guy, like, he's resourceful, and he made that plan. He planned for when it was going to be the best time to come and like grab these swords, and how to do it, in the night, and the moon was not full, so it wouldn't be as bright and whatever, you know what I mean? So this, in a funny, silly way, it's so funny on this deck, the way these pictures are, but it in reverse kind of like almost speaks to what I'm saying, right? It's that lack of resourcefulness, of planning, of follow through. So that you are being called to do that. You are being called to do that. Make the plans, follow through. Make the plan, follow through. That is the part of like work on your partnership by working on yourself and work on yourself. Work on your partnership and work on yourself. Work on your partnership by working on yourself. Both are applicable, right? But that means putting in the work, right? Be about that action, not just about that talk. Be about that action and not just about that talk. That is so important for you. Group number 1, in your relationship, in your connection. And the way that is going to inspire your partner, man, it's going to bring you guys so close. It is going to bring you guys so close together, because if this connection is built on true love and true friendship, when you win, they win. They win when you win. So you being in your power, you shining that light as brightly as possible is going to just be, it's going to light them up as well. It's going to light them up too, Let's get some more tarot for you. Group 1. What is going on in this connection, in this situation? We got some sticky cards. Let's fix this a little bit. La, 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 la. Okay. Ace of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Yeah, so this Ace of Cups is reminding me of the Star. It's this energy of like, you need new life in this relationship. Things have stagnated. Things have stagnated a little bit in your connection. You need to bring some new life to this. You need to bring some new life, some new energy, It's like a fresh cup. It's that rejuvenation energy. Something needs to the waters have run stale. They need to get changed out somehow, right? Don't be afraid to be romantic. Obviously, you know what your partner needs. You know what they actually respond to. So do it in the way that, feels not only authentic to you, but authentic to them. Don't become a different person, but try something new. Try something new. Set up a date with your partner that is maybe something that they would never have thought to do, but you're like, hey, you kind of mentioned this once, like, this long ago, and I'm just going to take that leap and make this happen for us. Try something new, try something different, something exciting. You need to refresh the waters a little bit, right? 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Yeah, whatever, the way that it's been going, it's got to end. The way that, you're at a crossroads right now. You're actually at more of a crossroads than you realize. All right. And you might not realize it because you've been a little bit stagnant. You've been a little bit apathetic. You've been a little bit like business as usual. And sometimes when we're business as usual, we don't realize how dire things actually are. But that's where you're at. The fluids, no, not the fluids. Yuck. Okay. You know why I said that is because I had this image in my mind of like an IV bag that's like empty and the fluids need replenishing, and then made me think of cups and water. Fluids is wow, that's a crazy word, but listen, I said it, so I'm going to keep it. The fluids, okay? The fluids need to be replenished. And that's also the 6 of Pentacles energy, right? It's this generosity, it's this giving, but giving in a different way and receiving in a different way. And it's not to say that you ever show up in your relationship in a non-generous way. Actually, I think this card is showing up because you probably are a really generous partner. You really do show up in a generous way. So you're being called with the Ace of Cups energy, the synthesizing them. It's like you're being called to show up in a different way. What is another way to show up and give? And what else do you have to offer? That's really what it is. What is something new that you have to offer that your partner hasn't really seen from you that might excite them? Okay? That might breathe new life into it. That is like definitely something that needs to happen. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull, I made this like silly little deck called Face to Face, and I'm just going to pull a card or two from it as a final little message for you. Pile number one. Pile number one. Competition, magnetic. Ooh, okay, competition. That's funny because that could be, a great way to find some adventure with your partner. Maybe you guys do something a little bit competitive. Maybe you start doing some competitive sports together, tennis, whatever, or chess. It doesn't even have to be games. It could be something else that has a competitive spirit. A little competition is good. A little competition lights the fire, stokes the flame, that kind of a thing, right? So it could even be like, hey, we're both going to do this class. We're going to read this book. We're going to do this class. We're going to do and we're going to hold each other accountable. Who can keep up with it? Who can show up on a regular basis to that thing? And it could be like circling back to the self-empowerment thing. If we're dieting, if we're trying to exercise more, whatever it is we're trying to do, it's like bring a little, healthy competition, accountability to it. That can breathe some life into the relationship as well. Magnetic. So this, I think, really circles back to the romance, the breathing the new life. Again, the spark needs to be sparked. The spark needs to be spucked, okay? Whatever the tense is for that. That's what needs to happen. A little healthy competition, a little bit of accountability, a little bit of energy, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of magnetic energy, romance, excitement. That's what your relationship needs. If you can bring that, things are really there. There's a huge possibility for stuff to really turn around for the positive. And not to say that it's all bad and blah blah blah, but it's not as great as it could be. Pile one. So get in there, boots on the ground, start to shake shit up. Okay. All right, group one. I hope this reading was helpful, insightful, illuminating, empowering, and you can use any little piece of it to move through your world a little bit stronger moving forward, okay? If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. It's a brand new channel, so my early subscribers, you guys are everything. You guys are the foundation that this is going to be built upon. So thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye. Well, hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You selected this little guy from my garden. This is one of my favorite succulents. I mean, I love them all. Oh, we lost a petal. But yeah, this is your succulent that you selected. So let's just move that over here. And we're going to start off getting a sense of what's going on in your connection, your relationship, your partnership, your situationship with these first couple of cards. All right, let's see what we got here. We have open your heart and engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay. So, and with connecting with the open your heart thing. And what's actually really beautiful is this card. There is a person here and you can see another person there. And that rarely happens in this deck. There's rarely actual romance kind of depicted in the imagery. So that's really powerful. There's this surrender happening here, right? And that is the big thing that's coming through for you immediately. You might be dealing with you might be feeling a little bit of resistance in your connection because it is getting more serious. This doesn't necessarily have to mean you're actually getting engaged, right? It's just a higher level of commitment. Your connection might be approaching, just more, it might be getting more serious or just leveling up in some kind of way. And the open your heart And the surrender says to me that, there might be a part of you that's a little bit fearful of this, a little bit having a trouble surrendering to this connection, possibly because of what you've gone through in other connections in the past. You might be someone that's been hurt, that's been, even traumatized. And there's different kinds of trauma. There's trauma with a capital T and trauma with a little t and trauma with a cursive T and etc. And there might be some sort of trauma from past relationships. This could also be trauma that you witnessed through familiar relationships, seeing your parents' relationship play out in a really specific way could have you sort of like have you view relationships in general through a very specific lens. And you might have a connection in your life right now, and it might be a newer connection. This could be a newer connection that this person is like feeling very different in the sense that like, they're available, they're available to you. They are open to you. They want to get serious with you. They like are right there for you. And you might be feeling a little bit like unsure about, how real that is, or if you can trust that, because you're bringing in like quite a bit of baggage, group number 2. So that's what the open your heart and this feeling of surrender is saying to me, right? Like sometimes, when someone like when there are people that come and they tell us what they feel, what they think, who they are, and like believe them, especially if they're showing you through their behavior. If someone is showing you through their behavior that like they are trustworthy, they are a good soul, they have a good heart, they like genuinely care for you and want the best for you, and they want to walk with you, like, and they're showing you that with their behavior, believe them. Right? Open your heart to this connection and allowing it to ascend to a higher level of commitment. Check your resistances. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from a place where, it's based on what's happening here now in the present with this person, with this connection? Or are they coming from something that happened, 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago with another partner, another person, another crush, again, it could be your family. It could be like you watched your sister's relationship crash and burn and that taught you at a young age, like, oh gosh, like this is not for me, right? So like what is inspiring the resistance? What is inspiring the fear? And is that really happening to you right now? Or could you open your heart to a place that allowed you to actually see what's right in front of you? Whoa. What about that? What about that, group 2? Could you do that? It requires an element of surrender, though. It requires an element of surrender and like letting yourself be held. Whoa. If that might be something that you struggle, again, different. This is like, I'm trying to talk to a lot of different people here. So if little parts of this don't resonate with you, that's okay. But you might be someone who struggles with being held. You might be someone who struggles with being cherished, caressed, kissed here on the neck, held here on the stomach, sensitive areas. If that's you, it's time to do the work, boo. It's time to do the work. Where is that coming from? Can you allow yourself to be different? Can you allow yourself to move differently in this new connection? And even if it's not a new connection, even if it's a connection you've had for a while, but there's been a piece of you, a little part of your heart, a little part of yourself that you have kept private, that you have kept to yourself. A little part of you that's kept this person at arm's length for however many months, years, because of like what's happened in the past, because of what you've witnessed, because of what you've experienced. If you open your heart, if you surrender, watch how this thing takes off. Watch how it blossoms. Watch how it grows. Watch how it ascends. Whoa. People are getting called out today on the channel, and I'm here for it. We all need that, myself included. Okay, let's go further for group number 2. Group number 2. What's going on in their connection, their relationship, their situation? What's going on with group number 2? Spirit, use me as a channel, a vessel, and a guide. Speak through me. Oh, yeah. You are bringing some baggage. Bringing some baggage to the table. Yeah, okay. Hello? So yes, we're bringing some baggage to the table, most definitely. Let me get an arrangement going here. Boom, boom, and boom for now. We're bringing some baggage to the table, right? And it's like the juxtaposition of what you've experienced, what you've known, what you've seen, what you've actually come to believe about relationships, and what this person is genuinely after. See how these two cards are like really clashing with each other. And what's funny is 5 is half of 10, right? It's like this one is halfway there, this one's all the way there. And the Page of Cups, I mean, this is like being new to love, right? This is like letting yourself actually like come into this or approach this. Again, it doesn't have to be a new connection. It can be one that's been going on for a long time, but there needs to be this new, fresh, young approach. Look at this with new eyes that are untainted by heartbreak, that are untainted by betrayal. And you know what? This could also be like, we all get so affected, and we literally learn about relationships and love through the media. And what you have learned from the media could also be really tainting the connection. It could really have be making it so that you are resisting this person because you have this idea of what might happen or what should be or what is not there or whatever, and that's messing up the reality. You need to come at this with fresh eyes. Look at how he looks at the cup and with just wonder and curiosity and openness, openation. Okay, that's what you need to bring to this. That's what's lacking, and that's what needs to come to this. Because if you let yourself stay in these beliefs, stay connected to these beliefs, keep them true for you, then it will manifest. It will manifest because listen, what you believe becomes your reality, right? And that could be because you, through this belief system of, what you believe to be true about relationships, about people, about, connections, about love, whatever, that you'll make that true for yourself through, potentially through self-sabotage, through, focusing on the negative, through finding the negative, right? You can make that true for yourself if you want. Or you can look at things brand new with a fresh perspective, with your eyes open and your heart open, see it for what it really is, what it really has the potential to be, and just say, okay, what if that were true? What if what I'm seeing right in front of me with this person, what if that actually is what it is and that were true? And listen, who knows what could happen? The possibilities are endless. But you can't get out of this space and begin to move towards this space without this energy. That's the missing link. Whether that's with this connection or a connection down the line, regardless, this is the energy you have to move through. But if you get stuck here, then you lack that surrender, that openness, and you'll never create the relationship for yourself that you genuinely want in the depth of your heart. So listen, right now I'm getting a message take stock. I want you to get a notebook out. Well, not me, Spirit, right? But get a notebook out, write down your beliefs about relationships. All your beliefs about relationships, whether they are beliefs that you have come to hold based on your actual lived experiences, whether they're beliefs you've come to hold based on what you've witnessed in other people's partnerships and connections, or whether they're beliefs that you have come to hold based on what has been fed to you by the media, by film, television, books, songs. Where does this belief come from? What is the belief and where does it come from? Okay? Take stock. Truly get to the heart of it. Truly get to the heart of there's that word again, heart, but truly get to the heart of where is the resistance? Where is the fear? Where is the arm's length kind of energy? Where is that coming from? Is it coming from a real place? If it is, listen, that's valid too. But knowing that will allow you to actually assess and move forward and make a plan, right? But anyway, that's the first message coming through. A couple of messages coming through so far for group 2. Let's go further. Group 2, what is going on? What's going on for group 2 in this connection? What do they need to know, Spirit? Use me as a channel, a vessel, and a guide. Okay. We had a couple flippy flops as well. Okay. 5. Yes. All right. So listen, you might be used to the drama. You might be used to the drama in relationships. Okay. Because, and this like circles back also to the beliefs and the experiences and the baggage. You might be used to the drama in a relationship. You might be used to a situation or a connection where it's just so intense and it's so explosive and there's the stomach flip and there's a little bit of uncertainty and there's all this, and that's what makes you think that's what love feels like. That drama, that's what love feels like. But what if you open your heart to this energy of like love that could actually be something more stable, something more fluid, something more deep, you know, something that more trustworthy. That could feel really different. That could feel really different. And then that could be where that resistance comes from, where you're just like, I don't know, like, is this the thing? Because I'm not feeling that insanity that I see in the movies. But like, justice, like that's the energy of like, that's the energy of cause and effect, right? Like that's the energy of the truth of the matter, the heart of a situation. And so what I mean by that is that sort of drama, that sort of like really intense, fiery, crazy kind of relationship. Again, think cause and effect. What does fire do? Like it burns. It burns up eventually as well. Versus like, what does something that's more grounded, what does something that's more rooted, what does that do? That grows, you know? And not to say that a relationship can't have fire and spark and passion. It absolutely can. But do understand, like, do that work to know like what feeds this fire. Is it insecurity? Is it instability? Is it uncertainty? Is it the constant need to prove myself? Or is the thing that feeds the fire this shared, you know, this mutual energy, this shared combined energy, this I build you up, you build me up. I bring to the table, you bring to the table. You know, like that's the thing, right? That's the justice. That's the assessment. Okay. And the high priestess is here to tell you, like, listen to your heart. That's the song that just came to my head. When he's calling for you. Okay. So like, listen to your heart in that sense too. And start to discern who is talking. Who's talking? Is it your heart? Is it your gut? Is it your intuition? Or is it your conditioning? Is it your pain? Is it your fear? Is it your belief systems that are rooted in something that's just not actually true for you? Start discerning the difference between the voices. And you know, I heard something today earlier that like really stuck with me, and I think it applies here, so I'm going to say it. And it's this. It's when trauma speaks, it encourages you to make haste. Meaning that when you are coming from a place of fear, of trauma, the energy is like, oh, I gotta act, gotta do, gotta figure it out, gotta go, gotta know. That's that like make haste, go energy. When intuition speaks, when wisdom speaks, when highest self speaks, it is this calm, stable, knowing energy that's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, this is what's for you. And you'll get there when you're ready. That's the thing about the truth, right? Is that it doesn't push. It doesn't need you. It doesn't need you to believe it. The truth does not need you to believe it. It's just there whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready to listen. Whenever you're ready to open your heart, whenever you're ready to ascend your connection, whenever you're ready to surrender, the truth is there waiting for you to uncover it and see it. And it will meet you. It will meet you and greet you with open arms. Okay? Let's go a little further for group 2. The cards, they are a flippin'. All right, we got this 9 of Cups. Okay, so this is also about, really being stable in yourself, Like, that's what that energy says to me right off the bat is, and I'm just going to speak on this before I pull more, because that's like the message just came through so clearly. It's this energy of like, when you are not like confident, when you're not stable in yourself, when you're not aware of what it is you're bringing to the party, then you are more susceptible to let the trauma, let the fear speak for you. You are more susceptible to make judgments based on that, like coming from that place, and push people away that are really there for you, because you're actually not even confident. It's this energy of like, why would they want me? I can't really trust that. That person is being too good to me. They're being too kind. They're being too loving. They're actually answering my texts. They're showing up with like, they're cooking me dinner. They're making dinner plans for us. They got me a birthday present. They made a Valentine's Day plan for it. Like, what? I've never experienced that. I don't trust it, because why would that person give that to me? I don't deserve that. That's what the energy is. And like, oops, excuse me, got a little excited there. But that's what, like, this guy knows what he's bringing to the party. Look at that. This person knows what he's bringing to the party. And so whenever anybody comes through and is like, wow, I'm so happy to be here, it's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Why wouldn't you be? You need more of this. You need more of this, because if you can get so grounded and confident about what it is you actually have to offer and the kind of love you actually deserve, then this wouldn't be so weird to you. This wouldn't feel so strange. This wouldn't be so confusing. You would be like, yes, of course. This is exactly the kind of love I deserve. Right? But like, you have to start there. Everything starts on the inside. Everything has to happen from the inside out. Everything. And that's kind of annoying, but like, listen, it is what it is. Let's go a little further. Group 2. Use me as a channel vessel and a guide for group 2. What does group 2 need to know about this connection? What does group 2 need to know about this connection, Spirit? Okay, here we go. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups in reverse. So, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups in reverse. Let's actually arrange this a little bit differently. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Okay. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups in reverse. So the 3 of Pentacles is this energy of collaboration, of co-creation, of working with people, working through something with people, and 2 of Cups in reverse. So this to me says that like, this is Spirit encouraging you to actually talk about this with this person. Like relational trauma, not only talk about this with this person, but allow yourself to be healed, through this experience. This is an opportunity for you to heal these beliefs, to heal this trauma, to heal this fear that you have that's actually like pushing this person away, or not pushing them away, but has you stopping. Relational trauma. And again, relational trauma can mean things you've actually experienced, things you've witnessed, or just the way we've been programmed. Can only really be healed in relationship. Doesn't that suck? Like you can read all the books, you can listen to all of the podcasts, you can watch all the tarot readings, but the actual relational trauma needs to be healed in relationship. Meaning it's through the allowing yourself to experience something new, allowing yourself to move in a different way than you've moved in the past. That's what is the final piece of the healing. And that's what this energy, this 2 of Cups and this 3 of Pentacles is about. It's like, it's the collaborative spirit of the healing itself, right? The collaborative spirit of healing with somebody, through somebody. And by that, I do not mean that you are giving ownership of your healing over to that person. That's not what I mean at all. But what I mean is it's through the experiences in that connection that you actually can change and be different. So like, myself, I used to have a really hard time in conflict in relationships, because of my own trauma. I would just totally shut down. I would totally choke. And, while I was on my own, I understood that was my way. I understood that was my nature. I understood that was my trauma. I understood that was like a thing that I did that I didn't want to do anymore. But I couldn't actually start working on it until I had the opportunity to do it with someone. Until I had the opportunity to tackle conflict in a new way through relationship, right? So yes, know what the when you take stock of that, the beliefs, know what the beliefs are, know what the tendencies are, know what the trauma is, and then seize the opportunities as they come in relationship to actually do differently, to go a different way. Okay? And that's so important. That is the final piece of the puzzle. And not to say that healing is ever like a puzzle that you finish. It's not. It's like, and I've used this analogy before, but not on this channel, so I'll use it now. It's like when you play a video game and they have like a map, and the map is all covered in clouds, and then you beat a level, and then the next island or whatever, the clouds clear and it just reveals more of the map. You never like finish. I mean, you absolutely can like finish a game, but it's this idea of that's healing, right? Once you conquer an element of your healing, once you really kind of master something or come to a new level, then just more of the clouds clear and they just show you what has to happen next, right? So it's never a thing that you're like, yay, check, healed, did it, woohoo. No, right? It's an ongoing thing, but we have to continue to move through it to even see what's on the other side, right? And so like this whole situationship, this whole relationship, this connection is providing you with this beautiful opportunity to grow, to change, to actually go a different way than you have in the past. And that's amazing. So it's about like rising to the occasion. You could do what you've always done. You could run away. You could reject. You could compartmentalize. Or, you could do something else. What would that look like? What would that look like, group 2? I made this little deck called Face to Face. And so we're going to pull a couple cards from it and see if it has anything more to offer in regards to this reading for group. What is this? Group 2. Group 2's reading. What else do they need to know, Spirit? What else can we say? Projection. Oh, I mean, duh. Lovingly. That was like the most loving duh I could possibly give, but projection. Well, let's just start there, right? So listen, that's what's at the heart of this, right? Like at the center of this, it's like that's the trap. The trap is to project our traumas, our beliefs, these things onto the relationship, and then and it distorts it. There's projection going on right now, boo. Like, yeah. The doubt that you're feeling, the resistance that you're feeling, the fear that you're feeling, you're just projecting that onto this person. You're just projecting that onto this person and onto this connection in this relationship. That's what that is. So it's just, again, you're being invited. You're being invited to assess, to heal, to go a different way. This is work. This is big, big work. Hold on. Okay, sorry, dropped the cards, but we're back. Okay. Let's get another face-to-face card for pile 2. Another face-to-face card for pile 2. There we go. Grounded. Okay. Yeah. See the difference? Again, we circling back to that juxtaposition, that energy of the opposites. That's the difference, right? The opposite of projecting is being grounded. Being grounded in what's real, what's happening right here and now. Being grounded in the facts of the situation, the heart of the situation. Being grounded in the truth. Fear and projection are incredibly ungrounded states. They're very high up, right? That's what anxiety feels like, right? It's like, it's very high up. Grounded energy is very deep. It's very rooted. It's very low. And one can't exist with the other, right? Someone who is coming from a very grounded place won't project because they'll be solid. Literally, they'll be rooted. They'll know who they are. They'll know what's happening in front of them. They'll understand the situation as it is for what it is. Wow. Okay, group 2. You know what to do. You know what you got to do. Please let me know how this reading resonated with you. And if it did, let me know how it did. And please consider subscribing to the channel. This is a new channel, and my original subscribers that that are joining me now, you are really the foundation that this channel is being built upon. So thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And yeah, let me know also what kind of reading you want to hear next. I'd love your suggestions. I want to create the kind of content you want to see. So yeah, I want to hear from you. I hope this reading was illuminating, empowering, and there's some little piece of it that you can actually take with you, and it'll allow you to move through the world that much more connected and more strong. Okay, so thank you. Love you. Bye. Hello, group 3. And welcome to your reading. You selected this succulent from my garden. Very cute, very pretty succulent. Great choice. Let's get into your reading. So we're going to start off with these 2 cards that are going to give us some general insight into what is going on in your connection, in your relationship, in your situationship, new, old, who knows? Let's find out together. All right. Okay, we have expansion, and this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Interesting. Expansion, this could be the one. Okay, so this makes me think, especially with this energy of this could be the one and you've already met this partner, this makes me think that this might be someone from your past. That is a connection that has resurfaced recently, or perhaps this is even a connection that you two went your separate ways and you have not yet reconnected, but you've always sort of kept them in the back of your mind, in the back of your heart, as this person that is like a possibility for you still, now and always. However, the expansion makes me think that the two of you are not quite yet the people that you need to be to come together, right? So that might be the reason that you're not together right now, or that your relationship might be in a state of limbo. Your relationship might be in a state of limbo is really the best word for it, right? Where you're just not really connected at the moment. You might be connected as friends at the moment. You may have had a relationship or have toyed with a relationship with this person and you're connected as friends. This might actually even be a person that you've never even been in a relationship with, but you have had some sort of friendship, some sort of connection, right? But it never quite got to the relationship phase. However, you're both still in this process of personal development, of self-growth that is integral to the two of you one day coming together. Now, this does not mean you should be on this journey of expansion just to get close to this person or get closer to this person or become the person that they need, or that you should be waiting for their expansion for them to become the person that you need. It just says, I'm just saying, and it just means that, the expansion, the journey of the personal growth, the journey of the self-discovery, of the healing that you're on or that they are on is the biggest piece of the puzzle of the two of you finally coming together. You may be totally aware of who this person is. You might not actually, right? This might be someone that's really on your periphery, that you maybe have never even seriously considered as a romantic partner, but they could be the one. So whether that is someone you've been in a relationship with before, is someone you've toyed with having a relationship before, or just a friend of yours. So whoever that person is that you think of when I say this, like, that is the connection that we're talking about. Okay. That is the connection that we're talking about. So the expansion piece, right? So you may know that this person is on that path to self-discovery, and you may know that you're on that path, or one or both of you might not even have begun this work yet, right? So just know that this work is connected to that, is connected to the two of you coming together at some point. Yes? Okay, let's get into the tarot of it all and go a little bit deeper into this. How exciting. Okay, Spirit, connect me with my group 3 viewers. They're wanting to know about this connection, this relationship, this situation, this person. What more info can we go? Okay, let's get a little bit deeper for them. The Hierophant. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then we have, what is this? 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So there are lessons that have yet to be learned, right? That connects back to the expansion. There are lessons that have yet to be learned because right now, if the two of you were to reconnect, it would be a lot of drama. It would be a lot of, I don't want to like use a word as intense as toxic, but it would be toxic adjacent, if not really like toxic bullseye, right? But that's why this connection can't really exist as it is right now, right? Because there are still many lessons to learn. There is still lots of like toxic behaviors and dramatic behaviors to resolve before you can really have the kind of relationship that both of you desire, whether that's with each other or just in general, right? You want that kind of love. You want that kind of connection, that kind of safety in romance. However, you and this person are just not quite yet in the place yet where you can offer that to one another. And it really does go both ways, right? So see this energy with both of them sitting at the feet of the teacher, at the feet of the Hierophant. It's both of you. And like these keys kind of cross does give me this energy of like fated lovers, karmic lovers, twin flames, right? So you both have a lot to learn before you can reconnect, before you can cross paths again, right? If that is what's in your destiny with each other, then like there are many lessons to learn. And the 5 of Wands energy, right? That's drama, that's like sparring, that's fighting, that's I'm right, you're right. I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. That's like not being eye to eye with each other. That's like toxic behavior, right? Not quite as intense as toxic, but it could be, right? You'll know how deep into this 5 of Wands energy you are. And it's in reverse, so that does kind of signify to me that there's an awareness around this. You both have an awareness around the fact that your relationship as it was or as it would be right now would be like steeped in this energy. You know what I mean? Like it would just be too complicated. It would be too tumultuous, right? So really like leaning into the lessons, understanding what it is that needs to shift, that needs to grow, that needs to be learned, that needs to be integrated. It's not enough to just know like, oh, I have to heal this and I have to heal that, and this is my problem and that's my issue. It's another thing. It's one thing to know the issues. It's another thing to actually integrate them into your life. And, I said this in another reading, I think, but like a lot of relational issues have to be healed in relationship. So that might also mean like you're meant to have a couple of other like relationships before you and this person can even get together. You're meant to have some other relationships so you can actually address and integrate these lessons that you're learning outside of this connection specifically, right? Because it's not like sometimes when we go back too soon or when we begin too soon, if you haven't actually been in a relationship with this person yet, but like, you wish to, or you see yourself potentially one day, if we go there too soon, that might not be the actual person that we're supposed to heal the things with, that we're supposed to learn the lessons with and integrate not maybe learn the lessons, but integrate the lessons with that person. It's more of like we come back to them or we go to them for the first time once we are really this new person. And that might have to happen through other relationships along the way. Right? But I don't want you to, the message is not to go into other relationships with it in your mind that like, really, I'm just trying to get back to this person, or not back to this person. I'm just trying to get to this person eventually. Right? Do everything as honestly, as open-heartedly as possible, because at the end of the day, the expansion is the key, right? The expansion of yourself is the key. And that is what's going to make it so clear who the partner that you seek actually is. Whether it is this old connection, whether it is this friendship, this peripheral connection, or something that you might not even have considered yet because you're just not there yet, right? You still haven't learned the lessons. You're still a little bit caught up in this tumultuous kind of energy, okay? Let's go a little bit further for you, group 3. All right, let's go deeper into group three's connection. Group three. What is it that they need to know about this connection? The Magician. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. It's still early. It's still early days. That makes sense. You know, this path that you're on, Magician is a major arcana, which speaks to like, and so is the Hierophant, by the way. So this definitely speaks to a big story playing out in your life right now, right? What you're going through with this connection, with this person, with this situation, relationship, friendship, ex-partner, whatever. This is actually a little piece of a bigger picture, bigger story that's going on. The Magician is early in the major arcana, right? 0 is the Fool. The Magician is number 1. The Magician, that speaks to how early on in this journey you are for with yourself, like with this expansive journey, right? How early even you are in this connection. Like it's early days of the story here. Yeah, you're in the early parts of the story here. You are just now starting to understand all the elements that have even been at play in this connection or outside of this connection. But in general, you're just beginning to understand all the little pieces of the puzzle. And that's the thing about the Magician, right? The Magician knows the tools. The Magician has the tools. Like, okay, I've got this going. I've got this going. I've got that going. That's you, right? Understanding all the little pieces of this puzzle that have been at play thus far. But the Magician is still very much the student in the sense where they're still really starting, they haven't mastered the elements yet. They haven't mastered the pieces of the puzzle yet, right? So you're still even figuring out what even went on in this connection. If it is a person from your past, you're still like figuring out what even happened here. You're still figuring out what your culpability in all of this is. And you're still figuring out how to, like, again, integrate that into the person you're trying to become, you know, integrate the lessons to move out of this old energy of the 5 of Wands. Yes. And if it's not, like, again, if I am getting heavy, like X energy, like not X energy, but maybe someone, yeah, I am getting very much like a connection that you did date. But if it's like somebody that you haven't dated yet, but always had sort of like, again, in your periphery, you're still in the early parts of your journey of growth into becoming who it is that you need to become to really have a successful partnership with this person. All right. And because of this energy of the Hierophant of both of these characters here together, I really feel like this person, you know, you guys are like on parallel paths. The two of you are on very parallel paths, like very much on this journey of expansion together, but like, sorry, not together, parallel but apart, right? And that's the thing. There will be this moment when the paths actually can cross, but you're just not there yet. You're not there yet. All right, we've got Ace of Cups, and the Tower in reverse. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you have been in a situation with this person specifically, it was that went down pretty intensely, whatever it was between the two of you. And I feel like the Tower in reverse is you're working towards coming out of this energy, this big demolition of whatever it was the two of you had. And if this is not a person that actually you've been in a relationship with, then this is some demolition from another relationship before this person. That also could speak to why you're in this period of expansion, why you're in this period of learning the lessons, because like you went through something so intense with whoever your last partnership was, whatever your last situationship relationship was. You went through something so intense and so like earth shattering with them that like all of that is still, you're coming out of that, like the darkest part of that, you really are, but like there is still so much debris that needs to get cleared away and cleaned up before you can move forward with this person, whether that is the person from this connection or whether that is this other possibility that you've always sort of like held or been aware of, right? And I think that's why we have the Ace of Cups and the Tower in reverse coming together, right? Because it speaks to, you know, aces are about, you know, the new possibilities, the new inspirations, the new, the rejuvenation, the fresh air, you know what I mean? So like Ace of Cups and the Tower in reverse coming out of that really dark time, that really difficult, painful, disillusion of whatever it was you went through with this previous person, whether it's the person from this connection we're talking about right now, or just the person from your previous connection in general. And then the Ace of Cups, you're starting to have a glimmer of the possibility of new love. You are coming into this time where you are having the glimmer of the possibility of new love. Okay? Now, that could be new love with this person, or again, it depends on if it's the person that is your ex or the person that is just like, always been there. But so regardless, the disillusionment of what once was and the glimmer of the possibility of what can be. Okay, that is really beautiful, and that does speak to you actually moving out of this energy, because like the Ace of Cups is here saying like, hey, yes, those little glimmers, those little sparkles of like, ooh, I actually like can see myself with someone new, or I can see myself in a different kind of relationship. Like that's been coming to you recently, and like definitely hold on to those little glimmers. Drink deeply from that cup. Okay. And know that like, this is all connected, right? In the sense where those little glimmers, those little, those hopeful moments of new relationship or fresh relationship or a fresh start, that is going to be a beautiful motivator for you to do this work, this expansion work, to learn these lessons, right? Because that's the thing that lets you know, like there are different possibilities out there, right? I actually could have something really beautiful with this person, something that I've never had with anybody. Even if it even is like an ex, right, partner, it's like we actually could one day have something totally different, totally new. But like, this has to clear out completely first, right? Like we have got to clear the debris. We have got to let the earth heal. Let the earth heal first. Let yourself drink, rejuvenate, replenish yourself before you move, too quickly into whatever it is that connection with this person, right? Okay, let's go a little further. Spirit, connect me with group 3. Connect me with group 3. Connect me with my group 3 viewers. Use me as a channel, a vessel, and a guide. 9 of Wands. And the Devil. Okay. So listen, you cannot rush yourself towards this connection. You cannot rush yourself towards this connection, because if you do, it'll fall apart, right? Because you're still like, there's still so much toxicity here, right? Whether it's like you still really healing from whatever happened in the past relationship, you still really learning what your own, what your own, sorry, lost the word there for a second. What your, tendencies, there it is. Sheesh. What your own tendencies are that might lean a little bit toxic, right? Man, it's funny. Like, look at this energy. Like, so you got to be really protective of yourself right now. And you got to be really like focused on the healing aspect, because if you rush to this person now, before the expansion, before the lessons are learned, like, look what'll happen. You'll both just like, you'll kill it. You'll kill any chance that this thing has at success if you rush yourself through it. And not only rush yourself through it, but if you move through it in an inauthentic way. You got to do the expansion because you're genuinely trying to grow and move along your own path, not just because you're trying to get to this person. Because if you do it that way, then it leads to this. It leads to this. It leads to another tower moment, right? You have to do it in a real way where you are just interested in yourself. Like, it has to be out of love for yourself, right? Or else like you'll sabotage any possibility that this connection actually has to be strong, to grow, to thrive, and be healthy and positive for you both. And, I'm sure that's not what, I'm sure that is what you want. You don't want it to be something that you move into too hastily and then, it just falls apart, right? We don't want that. Let's get like 1 or 2 more tarot for you. We've got the High Priestess. Dang. 4 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So, yeah. All right. So definitely what you are experiencing, there's lots of major arcana coming up, again, Devil, High Priestess, Hierophant, Magician, like this is all part of a really big story playing out in your life. This is all very karmic. This is all very karmic, what you're going through with this connection, what you're experiencing in order for this connection to actually blossom and grow and thrive. And the High Priestess, she holds the Akashic records, right? She knows everything. She knows why everything is happening in the way that it's happening. So there's a little element of this too. Like there's an element of surrendering to the timeline. Surrendering to the timeline. You can't rush this. You can't rush this connection. You can't rush this healing. You can't rush this growth. You can't rush this personal development. You can't rush this learning of the lessons, the becoming the people that you need to be so that you can have the partnership you want to have with this person. You can't rush that. You can't rush that. And that's the surrender, right? The High Priestess, she has no fear because she trusts. She knows the secrets of the universe. And so she therefore trusts that everything plays out in divine timing, that it's meant to play out in. Right? And 4 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, like part of this self-development phase that you're in, part of this like phase that you're in where you are being told to like go inward and focus on you is also about coming to a place where, you're in a better financial situation as well. Like if you will also be so much more equipped and so much better suited to thrive in this partnership if you can come to a place where your career and your material life is in a place where you feel good. You have to feel good about those elements of your life, because if you don't, you are going to this person is going to need to be too much to you, right? Like if you are not in a stable place in your career, if you are not in a stable place in your finances, if you are not in a stable place in your like 3D life, then you're going to ask too much of this person. They're going to need to be too much to you. And that is also going to eat away at the potential of this connection as well, right? Like we need to have a strong world that we live inside of, and then that person can be a part of and enhance, right? If they become the center of it, it also just leads to really codependency. It leads to codependency, which makes things fall apart. That might have actually been what happened first time around, with this person, if it is an ex, right? Or if it is a previous connection of some kind. That might have been part of what happened the first time around. It just burned too hot, too quickly, became too codependent. Things fell apart because there was not a strong enough foundation in your life outside of this person, or vice versa. So that's also what you're being called to do during this time while this connection is like percolating, right? While it's in the periphery, while it's in the background, while it's or you might be like totally no contact, or again, you might just be friends right now. But like you need to develop that your private world, right? You need to start focusing on your career, focusing on your bag, like getting to a place where when this connection is ready to finally come in or to come back, you are strong enough to hold it. Okay? So we're going to go into another little deck. I made this little deck called Face to Face. We're going to pull a couple cards from it, 1 or 2, or however you wish to come out. Okay, Spirit, connect me with group 3 in this reading. What do they need to know? Okay, we have Suspicion. Interesting. What else do we have? Oh, there's one. And Inauthenticity. Yes. Okay. Suspicion and inauthenticity. So that's another piece of the puzzle, right? So in the past, or even right now with this person, because of the pieces that have not yet been healed, if you engage with them when you're still not in that, when you still haven't evolved yet, or when they haven't evolved yet, this is the thing, right? This is the thing about it bringing out toxic traits as it is right now, like inauthenticity and suspicion, right? When you are in this place where you're still, where you're codependent, you're having toxic behaviors, having a lot of drama, you're having a lot of angst in the connection as it was, then it brings out these qualities in you, right? You become all of a sudden this like suspicious person. You become this person who doesn't feel safe, who doesn't feel secure, whatever. And you begin to act inauthentically, right? And that's why the expansion part, the lessons part, right? The self-development part is so important, because again, if you move too quickly, it's only going to bring out the toxic elements within both of you, right? Like there's still a long way to go, love, before the two of you can thrive in connection, if that is what you want. If that is what you want, if this is the connection that you're thinking of that brought you to this reading that's on your mind, then this is what needs to happen. Now, with tarot, I'm not saying that like you do this and like la-di-da, it's all solved, it's all perfect, blah, blah, blah. But the tarot is saying, if this is what's on your heart, this connection, this person that you already know that could be the one, if that's what's on your heart, these are the things that need to happen before it's even possible, right? Or else you're going to end up in this place where you're suspicious, you're inauthentic, you're toxic, you're not the best version of yourself. And nor are they. Right? So you like keep it, it might be frustrating because you want to go further with this person. You want to go deeper. You want to get closer, da, 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 da. But you have to be honest about yourself. Where are you at right now in your life? Who are you? What are you bringing to the table right now? Okay. Wow. That is a lot to think about. Group number 3. Okay, that was your reading. Whew, sheesh. I hope that it was illuminating, empowering, and enlightening in some way. I hope you can take any little part of it, any little piece of it, and use it to move forward in your life. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It is a brand new, growing channel. So you early subscribers really mean the world to me. You are the foundation, okay? So please subscribe. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. Tell me your story, okay? And I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. You selected this little guy, this succulent from my garden. Great choice. So cute. We're going to set that aside. And we're going to begin with these couple of cards to tell us what is going on in your connection, what's going on in your relationship, in your situationship, whatever it might be. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we have pause and deception. Someone is wearing a false mask, self-mask in this relationship. Okay, so if you picked this group or you picked this reading because you're trying to get a sense of if this person is deceiving you in some way, this could be confirmation for that. It could also, that's the first thing I'm getting, especially with the pause, right? If it's giving you pause, there might be some deception going on. You could also be the deceiver, and that could mean the false self-mask in this relationship, right? So that could also mean that you're showing up in this relationship in a way that's not authentic. Sometimes, especially if it's early days in a relationship, we can be very performative. We can really like show up as the person we think the other person wants us to be. And wearing that mask becomes very exhausting. So this could go both ways, right? This could be you wearing the false self mask, or it could be you having a sense that there's deception going on in the relationship. But somebody is deceiving somebody. Somebody is showing up in this connection, in this relationship, in an inauthentic way. Okay. So, especially, so this is definitely a sign then to notice what gives you pause. Now, if that means this person, they say one thing, they do another, you get this gut feeling, you get this feeling of just where you're feeling very unsettled by something that they said or didn't say or did or didn't do, because you sense something bigger is at play or something else is at play, you sense you're being deceived. Pay attention to what gives you pause. Now, if you are the deceiver, meaning if you are the one that's showing up in an authentic way, pay attention then still to what gives you pause. And by that, I mean, if you do or say something yourself that you later go back to and you're like, oh gosh, I can't believe I said that. That really wasn't me. Note it, pay attention to that. Because you might not even realize that you're showing up in a false way, but it could be just like what this person brings out of you. This person could just be making you act funny, So I want to go like right into your tarot, because like this could really go in a couple of different ways. And I'd like confirmation from the tarot on what is going on in this connection. What is going on in this connection with the pause, with the deception for group number King of Pentacles. Okay. Group number 4. 4 viewers. Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, we can get a few more. Page of Pentacles, Judgment in reverse. Okay, so it does give me, I don't like it. I don't like the energy. Yeah, there is some deception going on. Deception, disgrace. That's in my head, so I had to let it fly. There is some deception going on. There is a power play. There is a power play going on as well. There is a power play. Someone in this relationship is behaving in a certain way because it allows them to hold power over the other. It allows them to hold power over the other. Okay, now I'm just going to speak to this because it feels like, I feel like I'm talking about this person, or this could be you, but somebody in this connection is using a power dynamic to make the other person question themselves. Okay, so if you have been questioning if this person is deceiving you, and you've even brought that to the table, and then they are gaslighting you, right? Judgment in reverse, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, power dynamics at play. If you feel like you've been gaslit or or have been made to feel like you're going crazy because of what this person is saying in response to your questioning them, this is confirmation. They are deceiving you, babes. They are deceiving you. Something is not as it seems, or actually something is exactly as it seems, and you're being made to believe that it is not as it seems. So this makes me definitely think that that's the nature of this deception, right? So you are messing with someone who really knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It's no accident that you are feeling the way that you're feeling. This has like been manufactured, engineered. That's the word. This has been engineered by that person. 7 of Swords. Ooh. Oh yeah. Somebody is running scams and schemes on you, my friend. And this does kind of confirm to me. And there's the mask. Ooh, creepy. I'm creeped out. This does feel to me like that person is deceiving you. I know I was saying it could go either way, but I really do feel like you are being deceived. Somebody is sneaking around behind your back. They are perpetrating crimes, behind your back. If you have been questioning this, but have been come to a place where you're not trusting your own judgment in reverse, this is confirmation. Trust your judgment. Trust your judgment, because this energy is yuck. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And the thing is, when people use power dynamics to make you not trust yourself, that is when it's like you're being groomed. You're being groomed to tolerate more and more and expect less and less so that they can get away with more. That's the energy I'm picking up on, and it really does not feel good. Group number 4. Let's go further. Let's go further for group number 4. Man, so it's like this person knows, okay, So with the 10 of Cups coming up in this reading, that's so interesting. You know what it makes me think about? It makes me think this person knows how to give like the love crumbs. The love crumbs. They know when you are starting to feel the insecurity, you're starting to feel the distrust, the mistrust, the shakiness, and then they will, for like a day, they will be that perfect person. They will present that perfect picture to you. They will present that perfect picture to you of that perfect relationship, that perfect life, that perfect love, whatever, just long enough to get you kind of back on the hook so that they can then turn around and, you know, keep moving the way that they're moving behind your back. What they're presenting to your face and how they're moving behind your back, these are different things. These are different things. Okay. And I'm getting this like feeling of like control, like you're being controlled. And this person, it really does make me feel like they know what they're doing too, right? Sometimes we can gaslight people. We can behave in a really toxic way and we're totally unconscious of it. Right? And I'm not saying that doesn't mean we're responsible. We're always responsible for our behavior. But sometimes we don't really understand what we're doing. But this to me feels very calculated. This person knows what they're doing. They've done it before and they'll do it again. They've done it on someone else. They'll do it again on you. They're doing it to you right now. If this doesn't feel like you, definitely choose another pile. Group 4. Let's get deeper into group 4. What is going on in this connection, in this situationship, in this relationship? 3 of Cups. Ooh, I don't like it. You know, this could be cheating. This could be cheating. This could be this person, you know, like this is a third, right? There's someone else in this situation. This does feel like this person is potentially being unfaithful. Potentially entertaining one or several other people. Okay, this could be unfaithful in a very real way, you know, like actually meeting up with people and, you know, getting down and dirty. This could just be like being in people's DMs, you know, being on people's phones, texting people, sending pictures, like that kind of a thing. This person, yep. You are not alone in this connection. And if you are like even yourself just kind of talking to this person and not even in a full-blown relationship, trust that you are not the only one. You are not the only person that they're talking to. So if you had pause and you were thinking, is it just me and him, or me and her, me and them? This reading is saying no. This reading is saying no. Let's go a little bit further. Oh, dang, the moon. Eek! Oh man, group 4, you are, this tarot is not playing around with you. The moon, I mean, this is a card all about secrets, all about hidden things. It can often be in reference to deception. It's about the stuff that happens in the night, under the cover of the darkness. The moon is here, the mask is there, the mask is here, the moon is there. Like, it's just, nope, don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. So listen, this is a moment for you. You're at a crossroads here. This is the moment where you decide, what am I worth? What am I worth? What is my worth? What do I value? What kind of relationship do I actually want? And what do I value? Do I care about having like the best looking, richest person in the room? Do I care about having the person that everybody else wants? Do I care about having the person that, you know, can make me feel so special for a moment until they don't? Or do I care? Do I value trust, stability, consistency, real love, friendship? Here's the thing. This person's not your friend. Like, when you are in a relationship or a situationship like this, and someone treats you in this way, that is not your friend. And it's crazy how many people are out here in relationships, in marriages with people that are not their friend. And that doesn't even have to go so deep as to be like someone that you can't trust, someone that will betray you, blah, blah, blah. But it's like literally, is someone like, do you even like this person? Do you have anything in common with this person? Can you share things with this person in a real way? In a way that you actually trust, not in a way that just feels intoxicating in the moment? You know, can you bring your true self to this? And here's another thing too. When we are with people that we can't trust, we do wear a mask because we fear the vulnerability. Vulnerability is scary when you can't trust someone. So you end up withholding parts of yourself. You withhold the parts of yourself out of protection, right? And maybe that's what I was picking up in the beginning of this about how like, ooh, the false mask thing could go both ways because you withhold your truth to protect yourself. And then that brings a false mask to you as well. You end up showing up as this like distorted version of yourself. And like, I want better for you than that. And so does spirit. And so does your higher self. You didn't come here. You didn't come and incarnate in this life to get stuck here in this situation. Nuh-uh. No, you didn't. Don't make me mad, group 4. Okay? Let's go a little bit further. What is this about? Why is this happening? Why is this happening for group 4? Why are they dealing with this kind of a thing right now? Oh, okay. Page of Swords. Queen. So Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah. That to me is like this energy of like, you can't trust what people are saying to you, right? That's this energy of like not believing, the things that are being said to you. And, take that for what it is. Behavior's a language too, you know, but if you can't trust, sometimes we can't trust for different reasons, right? Sometimes we don't trust because we're bringing in a lot of baggage, we're bringing in a lot of trauma, we're bringing in a lot of other beliefs from other relationships, other situations, and we're bringing this and we're projecting that. That was a little bit of that. Well, a lot of that came up in an earlier reading. But sometimes we can't trust, babe, because we just know on a deeper intuitive level that something is not right. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know what's funny? This King of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles came out, and this is what made me speak to this power dynamic thing that's happening. And Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is you not in your power, right? Showing up as a page instead of a queen. Showing up as a page instead of a queen. This is you not in your power. This is you playing small. This is you showing a version of yourself that's not even really who you are. And so this is the question, right? Why? Why are you allowing yourself to shrink in this way? Why are you allowing yourself to show up as this version of you that is like so distorted and disempowered? So this is the question that you have to ask yourself. Now, sometimes it can be a simple answer as like, oh, this is just the patriarchy programmed me to be this way and I have to unlearn this. But sometimes it's a deeper thing about like not feeling worthy of something better. Who taught you that? Who taught you to settle for this? Who taught you that this was normal? And, you know, a lot of us have to unlearn this because that is the way that the patriarchy moves. And this has nothing to do with gender. The patriarchy hurts everyone. The patriarchy hurts us all. It does. And it's a lesson that many of us have to unlearn. It's programming that many of us have to unlearn. So you're being called, you know, can you rise to the occasion? Can you unlearn? Can you trust that, you know, what you're sensing is not, you know, right? Can you trust that what you're sensing that is not right is the truth, is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that made sense. This is an opportunity. And with the Judgment card in reverse here specifically too, it's like this is an opportunity to start to learn how to trust your judgment. You got to start somewhere. Start here. Trust your judgment. And like, listen, feelings, emotions can sometimes be helpful, but sometimes they are just incredibly distracting and they're just a bunch of noise. Emotions, I heard someone once say emotions are energy in motion, right? Emotion. So if you're feeling a lot of emotions, like, you're feeling a lot of like fear, you're feeling a lot of anxiety, you're feeling a lot of I can't walk away from this because X, Y, and Z, whatever. That's just energy in motion that's trying to move. That's trying to move through you. Let yourself process that. Let that energy in motion move through you so that you can quiet and hear and judge what's going on underneath all of that from a non-emotional place. Non-emotional does not mean non-feeling. Okay? But you feel in a different way. You don't feel, you don't identify with that energy that's moving through you. You feel with your higher mind. You feel with your intuition. You feel with your deep knowing. You feel with your gut. That's how you got to feel. Okay, group number 4. Excuse me. Let's get into some of these face-to-face cards. I made this little deck face-to-face. And let's just see what it has to say. Look, I just work here. That's it. Okay? Intuition. Stop listening to your emotions. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition already knows. You might have had some dreams about this stuff. Sometimes our dreams, when we have dreams about things, that is our intuition literally trying to tell us something that we're not listening to in the waking hours. I am not telling you anything right now that you don't already know. That's what this tells me. You came to this reading looking for confirmation or whatever it was, but I am not telling you anything you don't already know. This is not new information. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is trying to talk to you. It's trying to speak to you. That feeling where you feel sick to your stomach, where you can't sleep, that can also be ways that your intuition is trying to talk to you as well through physical. It's called clairsentience. It's psychic knowing. Psychic feeling, physically feeling. Tightness in your chest, butterflies in your stomach. That's just coming through to me right now. You might be a clairsentient. You might be someone who feels on a psychic level. And that can be a way your intuition speaks to you. Okay, let's get some more face-to-face cards for this group. Jealousy. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, what's funny is when we are with someone that we sense is dishonest, it can make us start to feel insecure and jealous in a way that we might not normally. You might not normally be a jealous person or an insecure person, but because on an intuitive level that you can't trust this person, you're looking at the people that are commenting, people that are commenting on their, social media or whatever, and you're looking at their profile and you're scrolling, how do you know this person? How do they know each other? Wow, they post a lot of thirst traps, that's this jealous energy that's coming up, and it has nothing to do with that person. It has everything to do with the fact that deep down you can't trust this person. So now you're moving in a way that's not even authentic to you. Because that's that might not be who you normally are. And if you are normally a jealous person, then you need to unpack this. Why? What attracts you to the kind of people that make you insecure? Because that's ultimately what jealousy is, right? Jealousy comes from insecurity. We're jealous when we're insecure. And listen, a little bit of jealousy in a relationship, especially a relationship that's been going on a long time, can be healthy. It can create a spark. It can be a little bit of Esther Perel says, jealousy can be the spark of eros. So I'm not saying jealousy is all, nothing is negative or positive, right? It's just about how it's showing up. But when it shows up in this relationship, yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So it's if you are normally jealous, ask yourself why. What attracts me to people and relationships and situations that can make me continue to feel insecure? Is it because those like I'm addicted? I'm addicted to like getting the love kernels and holding on to them, and then when they turn and they do the switch up, I'm addicted to like chasing them to get back to that place until the next time they switch it up? Because that can be so addicting. That stomach flip in that sense, woo, that can feel like a high. So this is, I'm inviting you, Spirit is inviting you, your higher self is inviting you to like dissect this, dissect these emotions and these experiences not emotions. Well, yeah, emotions, because jealousy is an emotion and an experience. Dissect them in a more big picture way to understand what is at the heart of that. What is at the heart of that, and how can we do differently and move differently? All right, let's pull one more face-to-face card for you. Group number 4. Oh, respect. Okay. Respect. So first and foremost, you deserve respect. You deserve respect in your relationships, in your connection. And you know where that starts? Self-respect. That starts with self-respect. Self-respect means I'm not going to allow this flip-flopping energy. I'm not going to allow this deceptive energy. I'm not going to allow secrets. I'm not going to allow power plays. I'm not going to allow people to make me question my own judgment. I'm not going to allow the disempowerment of myself. I'm not going to play small so that I can make the person feel more comfortable, or that I can make it myself feel like I can, it's easier to hold on to them. I'm not going to allow myself to stoop to this level to be like checking on all these random people's social medias because I'm feeling jealous and insecure and scared. I'm going to respect myself and not allow myself, I'm going to respect my intuition. I'm not going to allow myself to continue to bury that inner voice, push down that intuition. That's all comes down to self-respect. And I've said this in almost every reading because it's just like so powerful. Like begets like. Like attracts like. If you respect yourself, others will follow suit. But you show people how to treat you, right? We teach people how to treat us. If we show them that we don't hold a lot of respect for them ourselves, we are showing them and telling them that's okay, you can do the same. But then if we do the opposite, if we hold a higher level of respect for ourselves, if we listen to our intuition, if we banish our insecurities, if we trust our judgment, if we are empowered as our biggest, fullest version of ourselves, then you make it clear that this is the only way that you are allowed to engage with me is in this energy as this version of myself. And then you call in that kind of person too. Because people that act this way, that this person that I'm picking up on acts, they run from an empowered queen. Again, nothing to do with gender, but they run from someone in their power. They run from someone who has clear, strong judgment, deep intuition, who is so secure in themselves. Because you can't control a person like that. You can't trick a person like that. You can't perpetrate against a person like that. You can't deceive someone like that. No way. So if you can come to this place of this like self-respect also, then you're not going to even attract this kind of riffraff. You're not even going to attract this kind of mess. And then you won't have to be like sussing people out, going forward. Because it'll just be, you'll be on a different vibe. You'll literally be on another level. You'll be like unreachable by this kind of energy. Okay? Okay, group 4. Wow, that was your reading. Sorry, I kind of had to give you some tough love there. There's been a couple tough love readings here today, but listen, That's the beauty of doing it in this way, is that I can just like let it rip, let spirit speak through me. And sometimes she is a very stern mother. Okay. So I hope this was illuminating, enlightening, and empowering. If it resonated with you, let me know how so. Let me know below in the comments. Let me know what you're going through. I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. I want to meet you virtually. If you enjoyed the reading, if you want to see more of me, please subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel. You original subscribers, you early subscribers, you are the foundation that I'm building this channel on. So thank you. I love you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next reading.